There's a long road just behind you. Everything else comes too fast. Memories are all inside you, and you never make them back. I can feel that cheering through the world that you not make sense. You can feel what I mean now that you're here. Just know there's nothing to fear along the way. There's nothing I could say, nothing I could say. But I say, you can wipe the years hiding. I say, you can kill that fear you're holding. There is one thing that is true, the only one that can get through. There is one thing that is true, just gotta make it last forever. Wonder why I can't feel relief with the being blind or dumb. Find something to believe in and then never give it up. I can feel that cheering through the world that you not make sense. You can feel what I mean now that you're here. There's nothing to fear along the way. There's nothing I could say, nothing I could say. But I say, you can wipe the years hiding. I say, you can kill that fear you're holding. There is one thing that is true, the only one that can get through. There is one thing that is true, you just gotta make it last forever, ever, ever. It will never last forever, ever, ever. You just gotta live forever. It's from when I close my eyes, it's from when I fall asleep. It's the same in the end. Time is running out. It's from when I close my eyes, it's from when I close my eyes. There's nothing to fear along the way. There's nothing I could say, nothing I could say. But I say, you can wipe the years you're hiding. I say, you just gotta make it last forever, forever. You can wipe the years you're hiding. I say, you can kill that fear you're holding. There is one thing that is true, the only one that can get through. There is one thing that is true, you just gotta make it last forever.
Summertime is officially here, and we're kicking off Memorial Day weekend with 4 wrestling shows to start off the summer. We're going to be predicting Under Siege, Night of Champions, Battleground, and Double or Nothing tonight on this live stream edition of the Wordly Podcast. Let's go.
So what does it mean to be a raging Cajun? Southwest Louisiana, wreck your face, man. Still don't get it in, I'ma let you know. All you gotta do is come and join the show.
We are the highest tier pod of your weekly unfiltered wrestling and entertainment. Welcome to the Worldly Podcast presented by W Energy, Be Better, and 80s Tees. We're free and available wherever you get your podcasts. We're on YouTube and Twitch as well. First off, I'm Marcus at MarcusElite337 on Twitter. And I got Jordan. How you doing, man? Where can we find you?
I'm doing good. You can find me at Jordan_J2000.
Hail to the yo. Dylan, unfortunately, not with us tonight. He'll be back with us next week. But taking his place tonight, we got a special guest. This dude is a fucking legend. I'm telling you. And let me say why. Have you ever heard of the End Time Wrestling podcast? is one of the best on Spotify. It's on a high dilemma right now, but it's coming back real soon. You cannot wait. But he's one half of the Podcast Brothers of Destruction. He's one half of the greatest podcast tag team champions of the world. The Justins, of course, it's Justin Jesse James in the house. Or are you the badass Justin Gunn? It's Justin. How you doing?
What is up? What is up? Coach, tag me in. Substitute me in. I am coming off the bench.
Let's
Happy
go.
to be here as always.
That's right. Scissor me, daddy. Fucking ass.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Dude, it's been a while. I'm glad you're back.
It's like I said, not permanently back, but we're back, man.
Right.
That's-
The man,
that's something
the
you can see
myth,
those
the
constant
legend.
back and forths.
Justin
You're
is in the house. And even
You're
better,
gonna see those constant back and forths. Like I said, I'm tired of sitting on the sidelines, hiding in the shadows, taking out as many opportunities as I can to just, come on here when you guys need me. Like I said, I'm a substitute. You need a player off the bench. Coach, pull me in. I'm in every time.
and you're coming back next month. I mean, you're coming back to talk SummerSlam 1997 and
Oh.
Vengeance 2005. That's right, Bakley Podcast Horror. We claimed them.
I can't call myself that anymore, Bakley. You took that gimmick. You ripped that gimmick away from me. That's you now. Like,
Yeah, the GWO owns that now.
see?
Okay, so real quick before we get to any predictions, I just want to get a different kind of prediction here. Y'all heard the big announcement. I think I've called it about Collision starting in Chicago. Does that mean we're getting CM Punk back or no?
Sadly, as much as I'm not excited for that, the inevitable had to happen, and it's probably going to happen.
Jordan?
Yeah, I have a feeling he's gonna come back.
Let's see how long that lasts. Is like he comes back, he'll get that ovation, and then they're gonna hate him again. I even went back and watched his Ring of Honor entrance from Revolution when he fought MJF, and it was pretty cool. Then I was like, at the end, fuck this guy. Just want to see a cool entrance to make my day better.
It's just like, man, your music's so fucking cool, but fuck you.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna predict our first of 4 shows. We got Under Siege that's going to happen tomorrow night on Impact Plus from London, Ontario, Canada at the Western Fair District Agriplex. Not London, England. Again, London, Ontario, Canada. Or if QB Halloween was like Ontarianto.
Ontarianto.
Yeah. From Canada Dry region. talking about the he's talking about the ginger ale.
Oh my God.
So, not a bad card. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be watching Impact tonight because I'm watching this team just 3 periods away from hopefully going to the Stanley Cup first time in 5 years, take on the Florida Panthers. But we got Under Siege. We got a pre-show match. So we got Joe Henry taking on Dirty Dongo for the Impact Digital Media Championship. I'll start with Jordan. Who you got in this one? You got the champ, Joe, or you got formerly known as Fandango to be the new digital media champion?
I got Joe.
Joe Henry, okay.
Yeah.
Easily Joe Hendry. Easily Joe Hendry. Like, don't get me wrong. Dango's been improving a lot, like, by himself out there in Impact, but I just don't see him beating Joe Hendry right now.
I'm going with Joe Henry to retain also. Then we get to the main card, and it's crazy. The first match we're going to pick is going to be the hardest one for me. So we got ABC, Ace Bay Club, Ace Austin and Chris Bay defending the Impact World Tag Team Championships against Subcultural. Now, if you guys who don't watch Impact, Subcultural is Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster from NXT UK. Those were 2 of my favorites when I was watching NXT UK, and hell, Flash Morgan used to follow me on Twitter. He used to.
Really?
Back in the day, he did, but I don't think he does anymore. I think he I remember he deactivated his Twitter when he got released by WWE, and then he popped it back up. But while I check that to see if he's still following me, who you got in that one, Jordan? Are you going with your fellow Bullet Club brothers, or are you picking the former NXT. I think they were once UK tag champs at one time. Yeah, Mark Andrews and Flash were tag champs together.
I'm going a sub what
Subculture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Subculture too. Like, I think ABC has had a pretty solid run with those tag titles, so I think you can switch them now, and that's a pretty dope team to put them on right now.
Unfortunately, he's no longer following me. I figured that I should follow him back to see if he remembers me. But oh man, I really want to pick him, but Ace Bay. I mean, they're like hot right now. Ace ABC, DEFG, HIJK, LNOP, KRSTV, WXYZ. Yeah, and I didn't have to watch Coco Melon the last couple of days.
I was gonna say I didn't have to watch Sesame Street. I was gonna be like, what the hell?
I'm gonna go with the champs. I'm gonna go with ABC, Ace and Bay to retain the tag titles. Then we got Nick Aldis versus Kenny King.
I'm gonna go Nick Aldis.
Oh, Dylan, I forgot to throw that. Dylan's picking the champs. He's picking his Bullet Club brothers, by the way, Ace Austin and Chris Bay. So it's 2-2. So you two picked Subcultural. Dylan and I picked ABC. All right, Nick Aldis and Kenny King. Who you got, Jordan?
Nick Aldis.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jordan. Nick Aldis. Guy just came back to Impact. Got to give him a win right off the bat. Like, keep him looking strong. He's more than likely going to go for the world title. He's going to end up winning this.
Bakley says, I think ABC will be doing work on Forbidden Door.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to see that. So it's going to be a clean sweep across the board because Dylan and I also picked Nick Aldis. I mean, he just came back not long. He came back at Rebellion. So, yeah, that's an easy win. Then we get Trinity versus Savannah Evans. Okay, wasn't she supposed to fight Giselle Shaw, and now she's fighting Savannah Evans?
Not 100% sure, but it says that Giselle Shaw is going to be in Savannah Evans' corner, though.
Yeah, I remember they advertised for weeks it was going to be Trinity versus Giselle, but I don't know if she got an injury, found a different. But so I remember Savannah Evans competing in AEW for a bit, but yeah, now she's going to be fighting Trinity. So who we got in this one?
I'm gonna go with Trinity.
Yeah, I think it's a little kind of obvious there. You go Trinity, she ain't going to take a loss right now. She just got there also, so Trinity.
Yeah, that's another one across the board. Dylan and I. Yo, Tim fucking King in the house. The Bloodline Entertainment Network. Acknowledge them. And acknowledge the Tim King Show and subscribe to it. But yes, Dylan and I also picked Trinity. I'm pretty sure this is just going to lead up to her possibly challenging for the Knockouts Championship down the road, maybe like at Against All Odds or Slammiversary, whatever they do during the summer. So it's another sweep across the board on Trinity. Then we get a 6-man tag. So we got Rich Swann, Sami Callihan, and a mystery partner versus The Design, Cody Dean. He's just Diener now. Angels and Cod, which Con used to be Connor from the Ascension. I can't take a guess who Sammy's going to pick as his mystery partner. Before Rich Swann, I was hoping he was going to pick his the Christ Brothers and reform OVE again, but no. So just give me a winner. I'm not going to ask y'all who y'all think is going to be the mystery partner. Just tell me who y'all got is going to win the 6-man tag.
I'll go. I think if it's going to be Swan, Callahan, and the mystery partner, definitely. I'm with you. I can't even come close to thinking who they could have as that sub-in partner right now, but I'm excited to find out who it is. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with them too.
That's another one across the board. Dylan and I also picked Rich Swann, Sami Callihan, and the mystery partner. There. Then we got a 6-way to determine the number one contender for the Impact World Championship. Alex Shelley, Eddie Edwards, Frankie Kazarian, Jonathan Gresham, Moose, and Yuya Uemura.
I'm gonna go Jonathan Gresham.
So you're going with the Octopus, or what was his other nickname in Ring of Honor? Was it the Foundation? Jonathan Gresham or some shit like that, or the Frame?
No, that was his faction.
I remember the announcer kept calling him the Foundation. I'm like, he's supposed to be the Octopus, buddy.
I'm gonna go Alex Shelley, honestly.
Oh,
I could see it being Eddie Edwards, but I don't know where he stands at right now. Like, is he a heel or a face? Frankie Kazarian, I don't know. Maybe he's another one that's a maybe. Gresham is a maybe. Moose, I don't see two heels going at it, and Yuya, that would just be a throwaway. And I honestly go Shelley.
Dylan also picked Alex Shelley. I'm gonna go with Jonathan Gresham. I mean, I would love to see Kazarian get a chance. You know, he's a veteran. He never been Impact World Champion, and he'd been with that company alone. I remember 15 years ago when he was just Kaz in TNA at the time. But no, I'm picking Jonathan Gresham also. Then we get Trey Miguel versus Chris Sabin for the X Division Championship.
I'm gonna go Trey Miguel.
So you're going with the champ to retain.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going Sabin here. I think Trey's had a hell of a run right now with the X Division title. I think it's time to switch it up a little bit, and you go with Sabin here. Like, he's led the X Division so much. Give it back to him, and let's see just more. Like, and I'm not saying the X Division is lacking right now, but you have Sabin lead that X Division again, and everybody's like, man, I'm about to step up to Chris Sabin. Let's go. Like,
Dylan has Trey Miguel retaining. I have Chris Sabin becoming a 9-time X Division champion. He went all Booker T in that promo and said 9 times. Speaking of Booker T, it popped up on Twitter. Did you see that? I didn't remember that episode of Impact where he was beating the shit out of people while he was talking on the microphone. It's like, Booker T, knock him down. Oh, and I'm like, I don't remember that, but that was funny as hell.
Oh, Booker T coming in there with that kick. Bam!
That had to have been funnier than the math problem by Scott Steiner.
God, nothing will ever beat Steiner math, but Booker being commentator while beating up people, absolute chef's kiss every time.
Imagine if he'd have did Shucky Ducky Quack Quack in 2009 or 2010, whatever. This had to been 2009 because I remember the Main Event Mafia became a thing like in late 2008, and then early 2009 it like took off. So I think it was around 2009 that shit happened when he did that.
God, Mafia, such a awesome factor, though.
All right, then you got I don't know how many times these two women wrestle each other, but it's always good when these two go at it. Deonna Purrazzo taking on Jordynne Grace in a last chance match for the Knockouts Championship. Grace has to win this match or she can no longer challenge for the title as long as Deonna holds it. So is Deonna going to retain, or will Jordynne Grace become champion once again and take down one of her longtime rivals?
She's going to retain.
You got Deonna retaining? All right.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Honestly, I think, because I've heard a lot of people talking about that Jordynne Grace's contract's coming up with Impact and everything. And, you know, Deonna retaining and her kind of going away at that point, like, kind of, I could see that being the case right there. So I'm going Deonna retaining here.
I got Dylan also got Deonna retaining. So do I. But I think they'll negotiate her contract. I don't think she's gonna leave. If she leaves, you know, Gresham's gonna follow behind her. But where would she go? AEW, Ring of Honor, New Japan?
Possibly either or. I don't think Gresham was going. That's the thing now with Gresham. I don't think he goes back ever to AEW and or Ring of Honor, especially if it has to do with Tony Khan and that bad way he went out. Like, he wouldn't go there. Like, I don't know what would happen, but I could just see it being that way with Jordan. You know, maybe she's like, okay, I've done a lot in Impact. It's time for something like some brand new, fresh stuff going on for me here. Like,
well, I knew she wanted to do like more intergender matches, which I could see her being like another China and just kicking
she's
men's ass.
fantastic in intergender. She is fantastic in intergender.
But yeah, she was like digital media champion. Wasn't she? Yeah, she was the first digital media champion or something, huh? Or she was the first woman to hold it.
Pretty sure she had a match on the Indies with Brian Cage at one point, which, holy shit.
Oh, yeah. And then we get the main event of this night. We get Steve Maclin defending the Impact World Championship in a no disqualification match against PCO.
I got Steve.
You got Steve retaining?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Macklin. Guy just won the title. Him beating a legend in PCO is a big freaking deal for him. That's a good way to start off his reign, honestly. So I got Steve Macklin. Guy is awesome. I'll give him that. Like, he got a lot of shit because of the whole Forgotten Sons incident, which fuck Jackson Riker. I blame him forever.
It wasn't Jay Cutler's fault or Steve Macklin, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, it was Jackson Riker's fault.
I am still pissed off at that because you get Forgotten Sons who are just like, when they debut and you go, okay, a little iffy. And then they have that breakout performance in the Dusty Cup. And it's like, never mind, I take that back. Then you see him go to the main roster and then it just gets shit on because Jackson Riker can go fuck himself.
I always said when they called the Forgotten Sons up, they could have just only got rid of Jackson Riker and you could have replaced them like with Elias or something. Elias would have been perfect with the Forgotten Sons.
There was no reason why they got punished for his stupidity. That, to me, was still the biggest bullshit of the whole thing.
But I got Steve Macklin retaining. I think it's going to be a banger. I think it's going to be a match of the night candidate. Like, PCO is a legend, and he is a former Ring of Honor World Champion too, if I'm correct. Isn't that who Roosh beat to win the title?
That's who Roosh lost to first.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember he held that Ring of Honor title. Well, they must have been Bandito.
His first loss was to PCO, and then he ended up beating PCO again.
Okay. All right. Well, that'll that's a clean sweep. Yeah, Dylan also picked Steve Macklin. I said all four. That's another clean sweep. Let's hopeful I have a good record this time with Impact. Usually I have a shitty record with that. And then we go to Saturday morning. The special start time, I think it's 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Pacific or something like that. Unfortunately, I will not be watching this pay-per-view live or at all Saturday because I gotta work Saturday, and as soon as that's over, date night with my old lady, we're going eat Texas Roadhouse and we're going to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So I'm gonna watch it on Sunday morning. But we got WWE Night of Champions from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia at the Jeddah Superdome, which it's 2023, so it started in 2018. I'm seeing how many more years until their 10-year contract's up. So about another 5 years. So I'm going to quote Bon Jovi. Oh, we're halfway there for this fucking partnership with Saudi. So yeah, Night of Champions in Saudi. But remember back in the day, Night of Champions first became a thing in 2007. You remember the tagline? It was like, it's the one night a year where every championship is supposed to be on the line. What the fuck, WWE? Not every title's on the line. Last I counted, there's only 3 championships that's not getting defended on this show. First off, let me acknowledge the fact, happy birthday, Roman Reigns, but fuck you right now. But I hope you have a wonderful 38th birthday. He's not defending his undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship when he makes 1,000 days tomorrow. So he's at $9.99 on his 38th birthday. And then you have 2 titles that's not getting defended. One's getting defended tomorrow night on SmackDown. Let's predict that right now. Austin Theory versus Sheamus for the United States Championship on SmackDown tomorrow night. Who's winning that? And Dylan, feel free to comment your answer, but I think I know who you're picking.
I'm going Theory.
Yeah, I'm going Theory too.
Yeah, I'm also picking Austin Theory to retain because everybody fucking hates Austin Theory, and it makes me so excited. I love when people get pissed when he wins
I
matches.
love Austin Theory. I'm with you in that boat of loving Austin Theory, but this reign sucks, dude. That title needs to switch soon.
I can't wait until he either works with Grayson Waller as one-on-one or as a partner, an ally. And Dylan also picked Theory to retain. I said, give us Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, and LA Knight either as a trio or in a fucking triple threat.
God, 3 absolute pricks. Let's go.
That would be my favorite. That'd be the greatest trio outside of the World Elite podcast.
I want the world for all 3 of those guys then.
Yes. And then, so next Monday night on Raw, we're guaranteed to crown new women's tag team champions after Liv Morgan suffered an injury. So next Monday on Raw, we have Raquel Rodriguez now teaming with Shotzi, taking on Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, Bayley and Io Sky, and Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, who are going to be the next women's tag team champions.
I'm dreading saying this right now. Ronda and Shayna, because they're going to put the titles on them, and I fucking hate every second of that thought right now. I'm punching myself right now for saying that, but I know it's going to happen because it's just like that's basically where we were heading before both of them got injured and they took them off TV. That's basically where we're going. And it's not going to help those tag titles. Those 2 are in a freaking state of just get off my TV and never fucking come back.
Jordan.
I'm going Shayna and Ronda.
Yeah, that's a kind of a clean sweep, especially with all these ambushes that they've been doing on the stage and everything. So, yeah, it kills me. I mean, I fucking can't stand Ronda anymore. I don't like her. I hate this fucking eye thing, makeup shit she does. Shayna can actually be a badass, but she's not being a badass with Ronda. She's kind of like that annoying little shit that like takes all that credit. Like she's the one that starts the fight but doesn't fight. Ronda does the fights for her.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I've officially given up on Shayna Baszler. I'm tired. I've sat here everywhere trying to freaking just go, I want to see badass Shayna. I want to see badass Shayna. And I'm at the point where I don't give a shit anymore. I don't even want to care to see her on television anymore.
Yeah, she's like secondhand fiddle Shayna. I miss NXT Shayna. The one that dominated Ember Moon at TakeOver New Orleans, and we witnessed her win that women's title.
Yeah.
The Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler. All right, so I thought, why don't we get the non-title matches out of the way first? Let's start with a dream match, a potential WrestleMania dream match. We get Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. I'm excited about it. Trish's first time ever in Saudi as well. What y'all got in this one? Are y'all going? Do you have some Stratusfaction in this, or are you going with the man?
Jordan,
I'm going with Becky Lynch.
Where do I even start with this? I don't even give a damn about this whole feud. It has been so atrocious. If I'm gonna just have to pick, Trish. I'm going Trish just because probably going to get multiple other matches after this. So Trish wins this one.
Dylan picked Becky to win. I'm picking Becky too, but something tells me Trish might pull it off, but I'm going to stick with Becky.
Feud is ass. I'm so over this nonsense. The promos have been god-awful.
I mean, Trish can do... I don't know what's up with Trish. It's like she was one of the best, and then it's always like, why don't you thank me? Thank me for this. Thank me for that. You better thank me for this. I'm
Because
like,
her way of trying to build the story is terrible. Like, it basically started off as freaking I'm not your sidekick, but yet I'm put in a position where basically I'm gonna have to be a sidekick. And then it's just thank me because apparently I'm the one now all of a sudden that's just responsible for everything.
mhm. Then we get, let's see how many freaking matches this can go to, but we get Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar for the second time. And Brock turned into a whiny little bitch after he got beat at Backlash, and he's like, that whole camera angle where he looked like a girl that got beat up in a bar.
Look at my face!
What you did to me? You want to talk about me? Want to talk about me? Want to talk about I? Want to talk about no?
All right,
no, man. Oh, something tells me this fucking feud might stretch all the way to SummerSlam, but this match could turn and have a twist here. But who's winning this one?
I'm gonna go. I'll go Cody.
Take it from the guy who's over this feud as well, because this ain't helping Cody at all. I don't see this benefiting Cody at all right now. It's just basically, this is just tickling the fancy of all those people out there that were like, Cody needs adversity. Cody needs adversity. I'm so tired of hearing those fucking words anymore. Like, honestly, it's either Cody overcomes this with a fucked up arm and we basically somehow get a third match anyway. I think we're basically getting a third match anyway. So in the end, I hate it. I'm going Brock winning this one, probably, because that arm situation.
Yeah, see, you kind of took the words out of my mouth. Before he even fucked his arm up, I was considering maybe Cody would get another win, but then I kept thinking about it. I'm like, no, maybe Brock might pull it off. But then what he did to Cody last week on Raw, damn near breaking his hand or his arm, and then he put him in the Kimura Lop, and I think he fucked his arm up even more. And this is going to be the worst match of the night. It's going to be one of the matches. Cody's going to come out in a brace probably, and then fucking Adam Pearce like, no, don't go out there. Ray had surgery 5 times in his left knee. I don't want you to have 5 surgeries in your left arm.
Yeah, don't go out there hurt, yet you went out in Hell in a Cell with a torn pec. Don't go out there, though. Like,
it's going to be a squash match. As soon as that bell rings, Brock's going to fucking target that arm. He's probably going to make Cody tap out. I'm picking Brock Lesnar, and Cody's going to disappear for the rest of the year like he tore his pec and going to come back and win the Rumble next year. So, but then again, he might come back for SummerSlam. I don't know, but I have Brock beating the shit out of Cody, and Dylan's picking Cody Rhodes to win. It's going to be horrible. And it's going to lead to it's probably going to lead to a Hell in a Cell match. I have no fucking idea.
That would just be fucking wonderful. Boy, oh boy.
Let's make it red to piss more people off.
Oh, that'd be even worse. You might as well fucking add more shit to the shit pile.
Don't let McDonald's sponsor it. Fuck, let Jollibee's fucking sponsor it.
Oh my god.
Just bring the fucking gravy. Shit. If you didn't hear our last episode when we went to that soccer game, match, we ate at Jollibee's, and you could get gravy, like brown gravy as a dip for your chicken and all that. It was stupendous, like they called WrestleMania. That gravy was so fucking stupendous. It was very tasteful.
And I've never had Jollibee's because I don't think I have one here by me, but sounds and looks good all the time.
Well, not every state has it, but like California has some. I'm pretty sure New York or might have some. I'd have to look it up one day, or when we get off the air, I can look it up. All right, let's look at some championship matches. But a couple of these championship matches I don't even want to talk about, but we're going to talk about them. SmackDown Women's Championship: Rhea Ripley versus Natalya.
Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley. This is a freaking filler match if I've ever seen one.
Dylan said Rhea Ripley, and I say Rhea Ripley. Like, and so Natalia, is she? Yeah, she's a Raw superstar. Why are two Raw women fighting for that title? And then for this next match, why are two SmackDown women fighting for the Raw Women's Championship? Bianca Belair versus Asuka. Before y'all predict that, why didn't we just do Natalia versus Bianca and Asuka versus Rhea?
Because they're on opposite shows. That's why.
Like, let the opposites win and bring the belts back to its respective brands, unless you're going to actually rename these titles or rechange the looks. Because this, I don't know, this women's division is so fucked up right now. You got the blue belt on the red show. You got the red belt on the blue show. You got SmackDown women challenging for the Raw Women's title. You have Raw women challenging for the SmackDown Women's title. It's so twisted.
The crazy thing is, they had an out at another one. This is another one where they had an out at WrestleMania here by doing what everybody was predicting, what they were saying they were predicting leading up to Mania. It was basically going to be, we all talked about that Bianca's opponent at WrestleMania should be Rhea Ripley. Mm-hmm. At least that would have made sense in the end, with Rhea winning the Raw Women's title and then her getting drafted to Raw. That would have made a lot of fucking sense at this point. And then Asuka facing Charlotte at WrestleMania, with Charlotte losing to Asuka, and then you would have had the SmackDown Women's title on fucking SmackDown again.
I'm sorry. Real quick, if y'all want a good laugh, I'm watching the Stanley Cup playoffs right now. You know, there's always some celebrity that's like in a hockey team's jersey that's not their team. Like the last time they did the game in Vegas, they had Mark Wahlberg in a Vegas jersey, but he's a fucking Bruins fan. They're in Dallas. They're playing the Stars. They had Mike Tyson do a promo to like, "Go Stars."
How fucking fitting is that he's got stars on his face, too?
No, that's a tribal fucking thing on his eye.
Yeah, but it looks like stars sometimes. What the fuck?
I mean, this whole twisted shit with the women's titles is horrible, but I would rather that than a fucking title swap.
At this point, your only retcon to save it is to basically come up with new titles and rename them at this point. The WWE Women's title can be one belt. What you're going to call the other one, not the Universal Women's Championship or the Women's World Championship. There's your freaking. Okay. There's your titles.
All right, Bianca Belair and Asuka. Who y'all got?
Bianca retains, and I think she's going all the way. I think she's holding it basically until Charlotte comes back, and then Charlotte gets another impromptu, here's your championship, like fucking reign again, and that's about where we're going to get to it.
Bianca.
Yeah. Dylan also picked Bianca. I'm picking Bianca to retain too. Something tells me Bianca's probably going to be a heel soon.
I don't know how you do it, though. How do you do it at this point?
I mean, everybody's already getting fed up with her. Like, she got fucking booed at Backlash from the Puerto Rican crowd. They were chanting for Io Sky. Bianca was basically John Cena at ECW One Night Stand at Backlash.
Your best bet to turn Bianca heel is if she attacks the person that beats her. And that's about it.
All right. Then we get Gunther versus Mustafa Ali for the Intercontinental Championship, and something tells me this could probably be a sneaky match of the night candidate, because supposedly Ali's finally getting his moment. He's kind of been entertaining lately with the promos and everything, and he is a very good competitor. He's never really won a championship in the company. Something tells me he's gonna like give it his all in Saudi, but does he have what it takes to take down the ring general, though? That's the main problem. Are you picking the champion Gunther, or are we picking Mustafa Ali?
What, Jordan?
I'm gonna go with Gunther.
Yeah, I got Gunther retaining. Like, I hope this match gets time, and I hope Ali gets to, do something in this match, and it's not just slaughter. But I just don't see him beating Gunther. I don't care if he's in Saudi Arabia or not. I just don't see Ali being the one to beat him.
Dylan's picking Gunther to retain. I'm picking Gunther to retain too, but I think Ali might give it his all. I think he'll have an outstanding performance. Maybe a one or two near falls where we think he's going to win, but I think Gunther's going to, even without the help of Imperium, he don't even need Imperium himself. He can do this on his own. But something tells me we're almost at a full calendar year, before Gunther makes as Intercontinental Champion. Which the last time they did SmackDown in Louisiana, which was last June, he won the title from who did he fucking beat? Was it Shinsuke Was it Nakamura he beat for the title? No.
He beat Ricochet for the title.
Oh, Ricochet. Why the fuck did I say Nakamura? Yeah, he beat Ricochet in Baton Rouge last June, so he's almost at a full year. I think he goes into SummerSlam as a champion.
He's basically holding it just to beat the Honky Tonk Man's record right now. And that's about it.
Okay. All right. Then we get a match that has a lot of question marks, but what could happen here? What could happen there? So we get Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn taking on the Bloodlines, Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa for the Tag Team Championships. We know Roman's not defending his title on his 1,001 day anniversary, but people are wondering what's going to happen here. Is Roman going to be 4 belts? Are they going to turn on the Bloodline? Is Solo going to turn on Roman? Like, it's just so much complicated shit. I haven't been this more frustrated to see this match since Roman and Sami at Elimination Chamber. I don't know what. Stop asking me what I think is going to happen. I don't fucking know. But I will give you a prediction in a few minutes. But I am anxious. Like, if I'm still at work while this match takes place, I hope I can take my lunch break at that time just to watch this one match, and then I'll go back home and watch it from the beginning. I just want to know what the fuck's gonna happen here, because everyone's predicting this and that, or they say this is gonna happen that. But Jordan, who you have winning, and how do you think the outcome's gonna be?
I have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn retaining, and I don't know. Unless the Usos come out.
So you think the Usos are going to cost Solo and Roman the tag titles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
it looks like there he goes. He's thinking. Let it out.
Well, it looks like I get to be the fucking Debbie Downer here and say I just can't escape the thought that Roman and Solo are winning these damn tag titles. Right now, where we stand, WrestleMania as a whole has basically been retconned into a fucking mess. The only thing that hasn't been absolutely just completely retconned is the tag team titles. And honestly, I think they're going to do it here in Saudi. Roman and Solo are going to walk out with those tag team titles, because eventually when we actually do get a Roman and Solo versus Usos match, WWE is going to pull their whole bullshit of, well, it's already big enough, but how do we make it bigger? Oh, tag team titles involved in it? There you go. It's basically just going to go full circle. Everything that we just built up to putting the tag team titles on Sami and KO is basically all going to get wiped away, because they're going to put it on Roman and Solo, and then they're going to just full circle it all the way back to the Usos, and we'll be back at square one again. It's just, I'm over the bloodline shit. I'm ready for this to come to an end in every aspect of it. I'm done with it. Like, it's just, that's your main focus in this company and nothing else. And it's absolutely ridiculous. And it's just all I can see happening here. is that Roman and Solo are walking out of Saudi Arabia with those fucking tag titles. Roman's going to be Roman 4 straps. And it's going to be a disaster. It's going to be a disaster.
And be a more disaster for the Usos because they're walking out with Solo holding 2 belts and Roman holding 4 when they both should be holding the red and blue belts. But
and also it's because everyone keeps saying Usos get involved. To me, that doesn't help Sammy and KO. That makes them look incompetent. That they needed backup to do this. It's not a good look. Sammy and KO are already in a position where we're all just kind of like, well, you guys have kind of dropped the ball massively on this after you told a freaking spectacular story and you didn't really capitalize on anything and tell a different story from here. You basically just put them back in the story with the bloodline, and now you're just like, yeah, that's more important. Maybe we should take those back here. And that's all I'm getting at the whole thing.
Dylan has KO and Sammy retaining, and the Usos cost them the tag titles. I'm going with KO and Sammy retaining, but I don't know the outcome yet. But it would be one or two ways. Either the Usos cost them the titles, or Solo turns on Roman and aligns back with his brothers, the Usos. Solo could turn, because remember when Roman accidentally bumped into Solo and Solo gave him that stare like, bitch, you fucking run into me? That kind of gave me like, ooh, what if Solo turns on Roman too? Like, oh shit. I think
the whole story's more focused on right now of just Roman trying to continuously rub it in the Usos' face that he can get the job done. And that's basically, they can't. And that's basically what the story's telling at this point. It's just saying, hey, he's going to win the tag titles while holding the undisputed titles and just rub it in their face like, look at this. Me and Solo got the job done. You couldn't get the job done. Like, it's just going to be more of a way for him to belittle them more and more to where they finally just say, screw it. And it's just going to be one of those situations where it's going to come down to, can they snap Solo out of this, like, brainwashing that he's gotten from Roman?
He says he gets the job done. He can't get the job done without the Usos or without Solo's help. I can't remember the last time Roman even retained the title on his own. Especially going after these titles.
He hasn't. Ever since he won the title, ever since he won the titles at WrestleMania from Brock, he has not won a match clean at all.
I'll even tell you what. Let's say they end up winning those titles. Let's say Solo does all the work and Roman tags say, I'll take this pinfall.
Absolutely. I could not see it. The only thing I could see is Roman doing all the work, like doing the cleanup duty, and then going, this is for you, Solo. You get the pinfall. Like, I'm the one putting you on this level here. Here you go. I'm giving you championship gold again, finally. Like, this is it. Like, that's all I could see happening.
I don't believe this is true. There was a rumor talking about they wanted to put that tag match closing out Night of Champions. For fuck's sakes, do not. Let this
imagine if they go off the air with Roman and Solo holding those tag titles. People are going to be fucking pissed.
No, let this next one close out for a particular reason. So we get the return of the World Heavyweight Championship, and it's going to be nice to say that in present day instead of having to do a nostalgia episode when I bring that name up. But we got the return of the World Heavyweight Championship after a 10-year absence. 2014, so 9-year absence since they dropped that belt. But now that we got a new version back, I love the belt. We talked about it. I don't care if the logo's in the middle. It's still an awesome belt. So the main event, we get Seth freaking Rollins versus the phenomenal AJ Styles to crown the inaugural World Heavyweight Champion. Both men who truly deserve it, but only one can be that very first. So starting with Jordan, who's walking out of Saudi as the new World Heavyweight Champion?
Seth freaking Rollins.
Yep. I think it's a little too obvious here. It's been way too obvious from the start. The world title is the Seth title at this point. It's going to Seth, especially after AJ basically came out and said that, it's secondary. He's basically on our side with everybody else that sat there and said it's a consolation prize. AJ joined in everybody else, and it's just like, they ain't giving him that title now. If that's the freaking, if he said that shit, there ain't no way. They're not giving him the title. It's basically, this has been the Seth title from day one. And that's it. Because Seth's basically content with being number 2. And if you count Roman holding 2 world titles right now that absolutely mean more than that, Seth is content with being number 3. So either way, this is a Seth title, and that's it.
A clean sweep because Dylan's picking Seth friggin' Rollins, and so am I. So
that's a spot on laugh.
Well, and Seth Rollins is going to be in that new Captain America movie, but he's not the main villain. I think he's just going to be like a cameo villain. And people were wondering, oh, he's not going to win the title. He's shooting a movie. He's not the main villain. I read he's a cameo villain, and they had the one chance. It's the new Captain America movie is called Captain America: New World Order. You had the chance to get Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash on this movie to be heels, and you blew it out the water.
If he doesn't curb stomp anybody in the movie, that's a missed opportunity.
Thank you. Somebody better get fucking curb stomped.
If it's not in the script right now, these motherfuckers better be writing it in the script somewhere. Fight scene. Seth hits curb stomp. It better be written in there in fucking permanent marker.
Don't be like Stone Cold in one of those movies he did and doesn't do a stunner. Be like the Rock and a Rock Bottom. Huh?
The Expendables, like when he was in that?
Yeah, he didn't do a stunner in that movie or The Condemned or any of those other movies. Now, Triple H, same thing. He never hit a pedigree in one of his movies, but he did a running power slam. Rock hit a rock bottom in his movie. Roman hit a spear in Hobbs and Shaw. Let fucking Seth hit a curb stomp on somebody. Please.
Cena's never hit an AA in any of his movies, as far as I've seen. He had a choke slam in one, which was pretty fucking cool.
No, because I always hear those same fucking jokes. You can't see John Cena in his movies.
I'm so freaking over those stupid fucking jokes. So dumb.
Yeah. All right. Well, this one we could do real quick. We got Sunday, May 28th, we have 2 shows going on at the exact same time. Now, I'm going to play how I'm doing this. I'm going to watch Double or Nothing live, and I'm going to watch either Battleground late that night or I'm going to watch it the next day. But I feel like there's going to be less. NXT's Battleground is going to have probably less views. I think Double or Nothing's going to have the most. So I think we should just get Battleground out the way. We're going to do NXT Battleground, and they should have did it on Saturday night. After you watched Night of Champions, they should have did it the same night. They're trying to compete with AEW. It's not going to be good, and I didn't watch NXT this week, but a lot of people have been saying NXT has been so bad after all those names got drafted and called up, like Grayson Waller and all that.
It's been all right. It's not the worst thing in the world right now. It's just, they got to start introducing more names. They just haven't done it yet. They're just seems like they're hesitant to put names on there right now because it just feels like nobody else is ready right now for that exposure.
Jordan, have you been keeping up with NXT or you don't really watch it?
I keep up with it sometimes.
Yeah. So we got Battleground this Sunday from Lowell, Massachusetts at the Songa Center just outside of Boston. So it's going to be in Carmelo Hayes' hometown. But first off, we're going to predict the NXT Tag Team Championships. We got my fellow Scottish brothers, Gallus, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang taking on the Creed brothers.
I got Gallus.
I'm going Creeds. Like, Gallus has held those titles for a while. I go Creeds. Honestly, I think Gallus.
They only held them like 3 months.
I don't. Still, they held the NXT UK tag team titles for a long ass time. I don't see them redoing that again with the NXT tag titles. I see them putting them back on the creeds, and honestly, I could see Gallus going up at that point. They've been in NXT for a long time, and all three of those guys could be on the main roster.
Yeah, if they don't make Joe Coffey like a manager. I see Mark and Wolfgang wrestle more than Joe Coffey, and I love Joe. Why isn't I haven't been seeing him wrestle lately, but someone said he was injured.
Hey, WWE, I'm going to put this out there in the fucking open right now. Put Gallus on SmackDown and have him feud with the Brawling Brutes.
Yes. And they can feud with the Bloodline if they can get any higher.
Slapper and fucker? There you go.
Yeah. Dylan is picking the Creed brothers to win the tag team titles to become 2-time champions. No, I'm picking Gallus. I'm staying Scottish here, and I'm picking Gallus.
We're split down the middle again.
Oh, something tells me this next match is going to be the fucking match of the night. This is probably the only reason I'm watching this match. Not just this match, this show. Ilya Dragunov versus Dijak in a last man standing match. Fuck yes. Go ahead, Jordan.
I got Dijak.
Dijak.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got Dijak too. I have this feeling Dijak's winning and Dragunov's going up. Again, another one who's going up. Dragunov, basically.
I can see him going to SmackDown.
I think he'd fit perfectly on SmackDown. So let's do it. I think these two are going to beat the ever-living shit out of each other. Cannot wait to watch that. But I got Dijak winning it because he kind of needs to get one win under his belt here. Come on, something.
Just please don't let this end in a no contest or draw. That'd be horrible.
Please, for God's sake, please don't do it.
I'm going with Dijak. I fucking love Dijak. He's definitely a future North American champion, and he better be a fucking NXT champion pretty soon too.
I'm digging the big boss man character right now that he's doing. I love it.
And Dylan is the only one that picked Dragunov. So he's got Ilya Dragunov. This one. All right. Then we get a triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship. Wesley's defending against Tyler Bate and Joe Gacy.
I'm going Wesley.
So you got Wesley retaining? Okay.
Yeah.
I got Schism getting their first taste of gold. I'm going Joe Gacy here. I think Gacy's ready to hold a title here. Wesley's had a long run with that North American title. I think Tyler Bates just in this match to make the match even more dope than it's probably going to be. Honestly, go Gacy.
So wait, Schism still a thing even though the Grizzly Young Veterans were released?
They weren't released yet. They didn't get approved of their release.
Oh, someone said their contracts went up and they were gone. Oh, so they're still a thing. Good.
It's still a thing, yeah. Honestly, I think all of Schism's going to have gold sometime. Man.
Well, Dylan picked Wesley to retain. I had my hopes of Joe Gacy winning this match, but that whole legend, like, oh, if you hold the championship up on the go-home show before the pay-per-view, you're going to lose. It's bad luck. So Joe Gacy fucked himself there. So I'm going with Tyler Bate to win the North American Championship.
Ooh.
I would love that. I'm picking Tyler Bate. Wesley, kind of like you said with some of the others, Wesley's going to drop it, and then he'll get called up.
Wesley's had a hell of a run, and he'd fit right in the mid card wherever at that point. So
he can go to any brand. He can be perfect for Raw or SmackDown. It's just, do I want to, like, if he goes to this show, I'm like, I want to see Wesley versus Ricochet. Or if he goes to SmackDown, I want Wesley versus Austin Theory for the U.S. title down the road. Or I want to see Wesley kick fucking Riddle's head off. And just smoke, and smoke just pops out. Not blood, smoke. Who else would y'all like to see Wesley fight in the main roster?
Definitely Ricochet. Maybe Grayson Waller.
Maybe Montez Ford.
Oh, God, please.
That's an orgasm waiting to happen. Them two
Good
high
Lord.
flyers.
World ain't ready for that.
All right. Here's another one I think could be a show stealer. I don't remember the last time I ever saw the NXT Heritage Cup get defended, but Noam Dar's defending that against Dragon Lee in a British Rounds rules match. Basically, it's like the Pure Wrestling Championship.
Yes.
It's like a
Oh.
pure rules match. There's like a time limit. There's judges. There's certain rules you can do and this and that. Kind of like
Six 3-minute rounds. 6 3-minute rounds. Best 2 out of 3, basically.
yes, pure wrestling rules. It's a 15-minute time limit. You get 3 rope breaks. You can't do an uppercut or you can't hit below the belt or it's a fucking disqualification after the second time you get caught. All that bullshit. But yeah, I like these kind of shit. That makes it more interesting. You ain't gotta worry about no hardcore bloody shit like you see in the indies for a handshake and a hot dog or a watered beer, like they say in the comments. But Jordan, who you got? Dragon Lee or Noam Dar for the Heritage Cup?
I'm gonna go with Dragon Lee.
There you go.
I'm going opposite side. I'm going Dar. I think Dar retains. I think we find out since Dragon Lee has Nathan Frazier in his corner. I think we find out who's kind of backing Noam Dar here, which will help Dar retain the Heritage Cup.
All righty. Jordan. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, not Jordan. Dylan, I think also picked Dragon Lee. Yes, he did. And I'm picking Dragon Lee also. No offense to Noam Dar. But he's held it for a long time, too. He's held it since they dropped the whole NXT UK brand and Worlds Collide and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But we are guaranteed to crown a new champion this Sunday for the NXT Women's Championship. Did I say her name right? Lyra Valkyria, right? Did I say that name right? Lyra Valkyria versus Tiffany Stratton.
I'm gonna go with Tiffany Stratton.
Count that as 2. I got Tiffany. I like Lyra. Really like Tiffany. She's still showing a lot of signs that she needs a lot of work, but she's already proven that she's willing to stay down there to better herself, which good on her. That's awesome. And I honestly think giving her the NXT Women's Championship can kind of help in that progression for her. So I got Tiffany.
I remember when Tiffany first came, like I couldn't stand her. I hated that whole Chelsea Green gimmick. Like, oh, it's all about daddy. Like it's daddy's money, like, or on that cell phone talking. But now she's matured enough. I'll like all this. So I want to see Tiffany Stratton win the title. I'm picking Tiffany Stratton.
All it took was pairing her up with Grayson Waller, and that did it for me. I was sad.
And Dylan also picked Tiffany Stratton to win the title as well. All right, then the main event, the hometown boy, Carmelo Hayes, defending the NXT Championship against Braun Breaker.
Jordan?
Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, with you. Carmelo all the way. Braun, I think he's still kind of breaking into the heel character a little bit. And you just gave Hayes the title. It would look kind of stupid just to take it off him right now, just to put it back on Braun. And then what? We have another match, and then you just put it back on Carmelo? Nah, just keep it on Carmelo. Prep Braun Breaker to go out to get called up, probably around SummerSlam time. And find more challengers for Carmelo at that point.
I'm picking Melo, and so did Dylan. But something tells me Melo probably ain't going to get called up for a while because they really have nobody else in NXT. And I feel like the next show, whether if it's like In Your House or whatever they got next, it's going to be Melo and Braun. They're going to have these series of matches over and over until somebody could step up to challenge Melo. It's far from over with these two.
Sheesh.
Well, that'll do it for NXT Battleground. We got one last prediction to do. We got Double or Nothing Sunday night in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. Talk about would be crazy if let's say the Stars win today, they force a game 5. Game 5 will be played the night before Double or Nothing. So I wonder how long it would take to get rid of the ice and everything and set up for a wrestling venue in the same arena, because they're playing in the Fortress. Well, hey, they did it in 93. Remember when I covered Rumble 93, Scott Hall was at a fucking Kings game and did an interview. And then the next night, but they didn't have a lot of production value. We're in a new generation now. They're going to have all that shit. Be crazy. I hope they don't.
Just to see how you do it.
I'm sure they've done it before, but yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. But let's start with a big one. We get Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho in an unsanctioned match. And after last night on Dynamite, we just found out that Sabu will be the special enforcer. So, who we got in this one? It's going to be a hell of a fight. I can't wait.
I got Adam Cole.
Adam Cole, baby, please put a fucking end to this shit, because there's no reason why he should have been feuding with Chris Jericho first, coming back. Absolutely not.
I like this. It's a dream match. I mean, they've never, ever stepped in the ring against each other, so this is a first. Dylan's picking Adam Cole, baby, and I'm picking Adam Cole, baby.
Let's go.
All right. Then we get, let's see, this feud must have been filming. Oh my God, I just mixed my words up. This feud must have been feuding on Rampage, because I don't watch Rampage. We get Ethan Page and the Ass Boys, the Guns, taking on the Hardys, and it was supposed to be Isaiah Cassidy. They were supposed to be the Hardy Party, but now he's replaced with Hook. So it's Matt and Jeff Hardy and Hook taking on Ethan Page and the Ass Boys in a 6-man tag. But if the Hardys and Hook win, Matt Hardy will own Ethan Page's contract. Let Justin pick this first. I want to know how all this fucking shit got started. Ever since this compound shit that happened, obviously this has been going on through Rampage, and I don't watch Rampage.
I don't either. That's the thing. Like, I don't get this whole thing, because all it was what Matt Hardy was paired up with Ethan in the Firm, and then he just randomly said fuck you guys, and then his brother came back, and just, I don't know, it's a fucking mess. It's basically a Rampage feud that's getting put on pay-per-view, and it's exactly what you expect from it.
If I had to take one guess, they're going to make Hook the partner tomorrow night on Rampage, because they're probably going to jump Isaiah Cassidy.
Oh, boy.
That's what something tells me. But okay, Jordan, who you got in the 6-man tag?
I'm going to go with the Ass Boys in there.
So you're picking Ethan Page and the Guns.
Yeah.
Well, Dylan picked the Hardys and Hook, and so did I. Put the Hardy Party, but then I just realized, Hook's in the match. But yeah, the Hardy Boys and Hook. Hardy Hooks.
Hardy Hooks, yep. That's what we're going with now.
Well, they were the Hardy Party before Isaiah Cassidy got taken out the match. So, watch, the Hardy Hooks. That's going to be their next fucking trio name.
There you go. Hardy Hooks.
Or
Tony.
Hook 'em Hardys. How about that? Hook 'em Hardys.
Hook 'em Hardys. Okay.
Oh, man. Shit. Fire save the matches. All right. This next match will be the official piss break of Double or Nothing, but we got Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie for the TBS Championship.
I'm going to go Jade.
Oh, God. It's just one I hate every second of this freaking shit with Jade Cargill holding this TBS title. I want Jade to lose this so bad. I want it to be Taya, but I still have a feeling we're saving it for one person. Honestly, probably Jade's retaining.
Dylan has Jade retaining. This is how it's going to go for me. Before the pay-per-view even starts, I'm going to eat my ass off and drink a lot of soda or a lot of beer. The minute I need to go to the bathroom, I am going to hold it until this match takes place. I'm hoping I'm going to have to take a massive shit because I don't want to get out of the bathroom until the match is either over and they go to the next match, or unless I hear Chris Statlander's theme song.
This man's hoping to God that he has to piss, and then if he has to shit, he's hoping that he's slightly constipated at first, and then not.
That's how bad this match is going to be. I didn't even know she was already fucking 60-0. I thought this was the match where she gets her 60th win. But according to Taz or Excalibur, she already has 60 wins. And I'm like, I am fucking over this shit. She is fucking horrible.
We had this talk over here last night where it was just like the TBS title's the Jade title. That's what it's for. And they're basically just keeping it on her because she's not fucking good. And they don't want to put her in it just feels like they don't want to put her in the women's title scene because she's going to get exposed as fucking dog shit in the women's title scene, but she's already exposed as dog shit in the fucking TBS title scene. So, like, it's a fucking lose-lose situation for Jade Cargill at this point. Just move the fucking title. I know you want to wait for Chris, and I know it's been on the fucking probably in the plans since day one that you wanted it to be Chris Statlander. But at this point, stop fucking waiting. It's times when plans have to change. Stop fucking waiting and making everybody suffer through this shit. Swat the fucking title already.
And everybody wants that belt off of her, but they don't want Ty to take it off of her. They want it to drag when Chris is 100%. And if it fucking happens on a Dynamite or a Collision, or if they're going to fucking drag it all the way to All In, don't drag it all the way to All In. I'd rather her win it at Collision. The first episode of Collision.
I love Statlander, but I'm not willing to just sit here and wait for it. I don't see why you should wait for it. Let her heal. Stop trying to fucking force it and be like, we really want you back so we can get you into the TBS title scene so we can get that fucking title off Jade. Like, stop waiting.
And they wait.
Switch the plan up and flop the title.
Everybody, they just want somebody that's worthy enough to hold that title. They don't think Ty is worthy enough. They think she's just as bad as Jade. I don't think she is as bad as Jade. She's way better than Jade.
Oh, she's way better than Jade. Are you kidding? Like,
but here's the thing, Cocaine Con. As soon as Jade drops that belt, put her on fucking Ring of Honor. Let her go have some squash matches. You want her in squash matches? Go let her compete. Did you see that the this week's edition of Ring of Honor, they put 18 matches on a 2-hour show?
Boy, oh boy, that sounds like fucking a dark episode on fucking ROH. That's atrocious.
I guarantee you, about 80% of the matches are going to be about 4 minutes. That's like I've unsubscribed to that. I unsubscribed to Ring of Honor or Honor Club a while back. I'm only going to watch the pay-per-views. Like I can't sit 2 hours and watch squash matches like that. If I don't see no storylines or no feuds build up, I ain't fucking watching it.
I don't blame you. Like, again, I think the ROH thing, as cool as it was that Tony picked it up, I think it's been a waste. It really hasn't benefited ROH. It actually feels like they kept ROH in that same position they were before they said they were going to leave to revamp themselves. It just feels like that all over again.
All right. Okay, next match. But let me just say who's in it before I let it out. We got Blackpool Combat Club versus the Elite. Anarchy in the arena. And for fuck's sakes, do not overplay Wild Thing like you did last year. And Justin Roberts, watch your mouth. There's kids in the venue. Shit's about to hit the fan. Shit's going to hit the fan.
So out of the field.
All right. 3 questions. First, who wins the match? 2, will they overplay Wild Thing? And 3, how long until Moxley bleeds? We'll start with Jordan. Now, Dylan made his pick, but I'm going to let Dylan comment the other questions. You ain't got to put your picks in there unless you want to. But Jordan, first, who wins? You're on mute.
Nope.
The Blackpool.
I read your lips, but I'm like, you're on mute. So you got Blackpool.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't they win last year or they lost to JAS? I think they lost.
I think they lost. Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie Kingston took the pin. Okay, so he got Blackpool Combat Club winning. Will they fuck up and play Wild Thing throughout the whole fucking match? Yes or no?
No.
No. And how long until Moxley bleeds? If you can, how many minutes you think until he bleeds?
Not even a minute.
So you're going under 60 seconds. Okay. All right. Okay. Justin, who you got winning?
Okay, so if I'm picking winner, I'm saying Blackpool Combat Club, only because of I think Konosuke Takeshita fucks over the Elite, and we're gonna end up leading into blood and guts with this.
Okay. But
will they overplay freaking Wild Thing? I don't think so. I think they learned their lesson after the last time.
Okay.
And how long before Moxley bleeds? If I was doing this, if I was going to say it jokingly, I say he comes out bleeding.
Okay.
If it's not, but if I'm being like legit, I would say maybe about.
He would have to pull a Sandman and just like grab a Kindle stick from the crowd and just whack himself till he bleeds.
I would say somewhere around like the 5-minute mark, he might start bleeding.
Okay. You said you have Takeshita turning on him that could lead to blood and guts. If that's the case,
Yes.
you got 5 guys for Blackpool. Who would be the 5th guy for the Elite? And please don't fucking say Brandon Cutler.
No, Kota Ibushi, bro.
What?
Kota, yes. I've been fucking talking about this on TK's show. I think Takeshita, since he was recruited by Don Callis, and Don Callis just turned on Kenny, and he just got taken out by the BCC. And not only has it been like your Blackpool Combat Club if you bled with us, Takeshita's bled with a lot of them in matches. Takeshita comes out like he's basically hasn't been seen since this whole thing. And since he was recruited by Don Callis, you can kind of play it off as like, well, he's going to come out here and make the triumphant save at some point, and then just turns on the Elite. BCC wins this match, and then we bring in Kota, and we get 5-on-5 blood and guts. Let's fucking do it. Like, this shit's going to be chaotic. It's been fucking chaotic, and I love it. You want fucking full-on chaos. You bring in Kota Ibushi, you do 5-on-5 blood and guts, we might just have the whole ring covered in blood by the end of that.
Well, Dylan picked the Elite to win while he types up how long until Moxley bleeds and if they overplay Wild Thing. I'm going to say hopefully they don't overplay Wild Thing. I have Moxley bleeding in 2 to 5 minutes. I'm picking the Elite because, you know, the whole ambushing and taking eyes out with a fucking screwdriver and Don Callis turning on Kenny Omega. Something tells me the Elite could pull this off if they work together. Yeah, Hangman's teaming up with them for the first time in a while. He had his history with the 3. And Blackpool could win this. They should have fucking won it last year. They have experience in this. All 4 have been in it last, well, except Brian. Brian wasn't in it last year. But the only thing is they're shitting on fucking Wheeler Yuta. Like, fuck you. Like, oh, they're not going to win. Wheeler Yuta's the weakest link. He's not hardcore. Fuck you. I love Wheeler Yuta. He was nice enough to let me on his fucking podcast last summer to talk Gangsta's Paradise 1995. Shout out to the April Bell podcast. I love you, Kyle. Wheeler Yuta's twin. But, yeah. But, I mean, and I don't want this to main event. It should main event, but people think it should main event because the story has been a lot better. But then again, people are also saying it's not main eventing because Wheeler Yuta's in the match. Again, fuck you haters. I love Wheeler Yuta, but I have the Elite winning. Dylan, hurry up. I need an answer. How many minutes until he bleeds, and will they overplay Wild Thing? while you type that, let's go to the next one. Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship.
I'm gonna go Jamie Hayter.
Yeah, I got Jamie. Like, I think Tony winning is a interesting little twist in a story that's just been kind of meh, in my honest opinion. Because again, where are we going in this whole story right now? It's just there's really no direction, no clear direction what we're doing here. Tony winning is, like I said, a good twist for this whole thing, but I just can't see her doing it. I think Jamie retains.
I'm going to go ahead and quickly say I have Jamie Hayter retaining because Dylan has an interesting fact here. Dylan's picking Toni Storm to win the title, and he don't think it will be a long match because Jamie Hayter is injured right now.
Well, get ready for either a not long match or Jamie Hayter's going to overcome the odds and fucking retain.
I'm still shocked Britt didn't turn on Jamie and make it all about her and go after the title. She's actually been a trustworthy friend to Jamie Hayter.
I think we're gonna get there eventually, but I just think you gotta do it different. Like, you gotta start having those moments like where they're in tag matches together, or like one of them's in action and they stand in the ring and they're just raising hands and everything, and you just kind of get Britt eyeing the title. Because, like, she hasn't even fucking paid attention to that. She's been basically doing all this focus on the Outcast the entire time. Like, if you got to start giving some signs, like she starts looking at the title over and over again. And honestly, if I was going to do it that way, eventually where she turns, I would have it be Jamie jump her first and just be like, I outsmarted you because I saw through you.
Oh, shit. Let me go see. He said, look at your phone. I already texted you, fucker. Nah, he said, just say it.
That's great.
Okay, so if Dylan texts me an add-on, I'm gonna add it on something to this. He can text it or he can comment it. But now, at first, okay, there's gonna be there's no casino battle royale now. It's now the blackjack battle royale, or it's no E, so it's battle royal. They could say royal now, not royale. But Orange Cassidy is defending the AEW International Championship against 20 other guys. At first, they didn't name everybody, but now here are all the names. I'm going to quickly run through them. Orange Cassidy, Ricky Starks, The Butcher of the Blade, Bandito, Commander, Lee Moriarty, Big Bill, Ari Daivari, Tony Nese, Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta, Tip Sabian, Ray Phoenix, Penta El Sarmiento, Swerve Strickland, Brian Cage, Jay White, Juice Robinson, Keith Lee, and Dustin Rhodes. I'm going to let you guys pick a winner and a backup now that everyone's on this list. So, Dylan, send me your backup because I know I have your main winner. So, Jordan, who was your original winner to win this Battle Royal? And if you have a backup, who you got?
I'm going to go with Orange Cassidy.
Okay.
And my backup, I guess I'll say Ricky Starks.
All right. Shout out to the Peak One Sports Network. I'm looking at the comment here, but it's not popped up. It says y'all are hilarious with a crying laugh emoji. Thank you.
Shouts.
There we go. Peak One.
This is tough because I was with Jordan at first, and I said Orange Cassidy. I said he's going to go through 20 other guys and now say he successfully defended it against 20 other guys, 20 more successful defenses to his 21 that he has right now. But now it's like difficult because there's people in there that could use the win, and I could see them winning the title. Like, I want to say Orange Cassidy, but I'm starting now just by seeing the names. I have a feeling they're going to give it to Jay White. I think we're going to get it to Jay White, and they're going to try to spice up this Ricky Starks fucking feud with the International Championship. So I'm going Jay White.
Okay. I 100% have Orange Cassidy retaining this title. Something tells me he's gonna like not be in this match most of the time. He's probably gonna go hide or something, or just go chill, and then he's gonna like get in whenever he wants it and eliminate whatever's left and retain his title. But I think he should go after a better title. But my backup would be Ricky Starks, just to say, oh, he's in it. Give him something to win. Dylan's main pick was Orange Cassidy to win, but now he's saying Ricky Starks is also his backup, but Jay White will fuck him over.
Okay.
All right. Next up, we get Wardlow defending the TNT Championship in a ladder match against Christian Cage.
Wardlow.
This is another one that I hate myself for saying this. I think Christian's winning the title. I think they've fucked up. I think they fucked up the TNT title so much that they're like, oh, Christian's a good idea to give the title to at this point because he'll bring something to the title that we fucked up big time. Maybe he can get it back to the way it was. Like, I fucking can't stand Christian on TV, but I have a feeling this is where he's going to get a title, and it's going to be very fucking miserable to watch.
The fact that it's a ladder match has me picking Christian Cage to win. If it was one-on-one, I'd have Wardlow to win. But they've been playing hot potato with this fucking title. They're gonna might as well play it again. You know, give it to Christian, and then if he defends it at fucking Forbidden Door, he's gonna lose it there. Or if he loses it at Blood and Guts, if they have a freaking that too, I don't know. But Dylan has Wardlow retaining.
I mean, it could really go either way, but I could see them going, oh, Christian's a legend. We could give him a title, and he could bring some relevancy back to the championship. Stop booking the title like shit. We wouldn't have to worry about bringing relevancy back to the TNT title, for God's sake.
Okay. Now we get
No.
I
knew you were going with this one. Oh, here we go.
FTR, no disrespect, versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal for the Ring of Honor. Fuck, for the AEW World. This is how frustrating I am with this fucking match. I said the wrong belts for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. And Mark Briscoe has been named the special guest referee. And I know the backstory. Yeah. Mark, yeah, he had a great fucking feud with FTR last year with his brother before he passed. 3 5-star matches. Then, you know, in reality, yes, he's very good friends with Jay Lethal. Briscoe and Jay Lethal were best friends. Mark Briscoe's first match in AEW was against Jay Lethal, with all respect. And, you know, Jeff Jarrett, just fucking Jeff Jarrett. But the fact you're putting Mark Briscoe to make the decision here, and you want to make it more worse, you get fucking Karen Jarrett in the fucking mix here? I don't know what's worse, her as Karen Angle or Karen fucking Jarrett. But Jordan, who's walking out of Vegas as the AEW World Tag Team Champions? The top guys or the top dipshit slapnuts?
I'm gonna go FTR.
Oh, thank God.
For the love of God, FTR better win this fucking match. I like Jay Lethal, but not this Jay Lethal. This is atrocious. The fact that Jeff Jarrett is wrestling in 2023 like it's fucking 1996 Monday Night Raw. Fuck off, Jeff.
All Jeff Jarrett needs is a fucking mask. He can look like fucking Zorro for all I care with the all black look.
The fact that he debuted that in GCW of all fucking places, like,
and he fucking won. He fucking won their world title.
I'm gonna throw up a little bit.
He held it what for like fucking a month before he lost it to Matt Cardona, huh? Or he lost it to fucking Moxley.
God, that is vomit inducing just thinking of that. Like
He lost it to one or the other. I don't remember.
Jeff Jarrett shouldn't be on TV. It's fucking 2023. There's no reason why Jeff Jarrett should still be wrestling. For the love of God, FTR better win this match.
Go
like
back.
I hope to God this whole thing is just Mark Briscoe's just playing them all right now. And he's just gonna basically be that guy to be like, yeah, it's cool and all, but fuck you guys. They're my boys. You were my boy, but you want to hang out with these fucks. Like, FTR needs to win this. Do not put those titles on Jarrett and Lethal.
Okay. Anyhow, I have FTR retaining. I don't know if Mark's going to call it down the middle or not. Something tells me he can probably eject Singh and Karen Jarrett from ringside, and it kind of pisses them off, or something might accidentally happen where he might accidentally shove into Lethal or Jarrett where FTR gets the win. So either chaos is going to break where FTR retains, or Mark Briscoe will call it down the middle. But if Dylan were here with us right now, he would probably tell you, listen up, slap nuts. I'm picking Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal to fucking win, and Mark Briscoe turns heel. Don't you fucking put a belt on Jeff Jarrett right now.
Dylan, do not put that bad juju out here. Enough. We already got enough bad juju in the wrestling world right now. Christian competing for a title. Now Jeff Jarrett competing for a title. Roman Reigns is fucking miserable fucking reign right now. No more bad juju.
Tony Khan's listening to this right now. He's going to snort coke and he's like, I got it. Jeff Jarrett's going to, I got this. Jeff Jarrett's going to win the AEW World Championship. And he's going to defend it. He's going to defend it at All In against CM Punk. Why did I do that in a Vince McMahon voice?
I'm going to tell you this. If I bought All In and I watched that show and they defend that they put the world title on Jeff Jarrett and had him defend it against CM Punk, I am turning the show off before the main event even happens.
I'm going to repeat that. I did it in Vince McMahon voice. If Tony Khan would said it, it'd go something like this. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Jeff Jarrett's going to win the AEW title. He's going to face CM Punk at All In and London. And he's going to pass Roman Reigns record on 1,000 days. Thank you very much. Good night. Go Jags.
Go Jags.
We're the defending AFC South champions. We beat the Tennessee Titans in week 18 of the NFL.
Okay, so we just found out that when Tony Khan does lines, he is fucking Speedy Gonzalez over here. Got it.
I would say Speed Racer, but I don't know. Speed Racer's or maybe the Flash. I don't know. I can't wait to see that movie, by the way. We're gonna screen crop that. And I want that fucking posted on Twitter. That was some funny shit I just did right there. Saying Tony Khan like that. All right. Okay, one more match before we close out. The four pillars match, they actually took that off of Wikipedia finally. It's just a four-way. That's the four pillars of AEW. You got MJF defending the title against Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and Jungle Boy Jack Perry. This could be a potential match of the night. I think it's going to be an awesome match. You got four of the best right now. The future of AEW, or the present of AEW. Somewhere down the road, I see the other three have that title down the road, whether if it's one reign or more. Even MJF might have a multiple reign down the future. But which pillar is going to stand tall between the other three? So, Jordan, who you got here?
I got MJF.
Oh, I was waiting for you to say Jungle Boy, but no, you're picking MJF to retain. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got MJF. Again, too soon to take the title off him. I think there is going to be, when it comes down to who's going to take the title off him, I still honestly believe it's going to be Adam Cole. But right now, MJF's going to have his reign. If they were just completely going to avoid that and say one of these guys is going to win the title, I would probably be Darby Allin more than probably Sammy Guevara and Jungle Boy. But right now, again, we're not even going to put that into the atmosphere that MJF's going to lose because he ain't going to fucking lose right now. MJF retains, and like I said, eventually Adam Cole's going to be the one taking that title off.
Dylan picked MJF to retain, and I've said it once and I'll say it again. Not only will MJF retain, he's going to at least keep it till his contract goes up in 2024. He's going to have it for about a year or a little after a year. That also means if he retains, he'll have to, if they want to go down that route, he'll have to not defend it, but he'll have to face another world champion at Forbidden Door if they go down that route. I mean, how would you feel about seeing Sonata versus MJF?
Interesting. I'll give it that.
See,
Honestly,
I haven't even been keeping up with New Japan. I figured Okada was still the champion, but he lost the title on April the 8th, 47 days ago. So Sonata and MJF, I mean, it could be fun. I would rather see Okada versus MJF, but it is what it is.
I think more than likely MJF's going to defend the world title at Forbidden Door against somebody else, but I don't think he'll face Sonata. I think Sonata will defend the title, but it's going to be separate matches.
Or you think they're going to do like last year, like you're going to have a guy from New Japan challenge for the AEW World title, and you're going to have a guy from AEW challenge for the IWGP title, or if they do like a 4-way or a 3-way or some shit like that.
Yeah, some kind of crazy shit like that.
I hope it kicks ass. Last year's Forbidden Door was so good.
I'm excited. Forbidden Door, they ain't even announced anything yet.
Oh no, they're going to wait till after Double or Nothing. But no, this was a hilarious show. I enjoyed this. Dylan would have been better if Dylan was here in person. But before we go, I mean, first off, you guys have any last words before we close out?
Jordan?
No.
No, I got nothing. Just thank you for having me on the show again.
Oh, it's always nice to have substitute come in. Real quick before we go, it's Memorial Day weekend. Everyone stay safe out there. Hope everyone has a safe weekend. And now remember, just acknowledge and don't forget about the lives that were lost. The reason why a lot of us have that day off, our thoughts and prayers go to the families of those missing soldiers, the ones we've lost over the years. Just give your salute and thank the ones that never got to return home. Because don't let some fucking dumbass that makes gifts when he's bored in his parents' basement just to get enough credibility and acknowledgement on his own personal page. Don't let a fucking gift like a soldier crying at a funeral or crying at a grave and they put, don't forget that it's not National Barbecue Day, or just because it's National Barbecue Day. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. They would want us to barbecue that day. Don't be that fucking dumbass. Enjoy your day. You want to barbecue? You can do it because those lives that were lost let us do it for our freedom. We are barbecuing for those missing, for those lost soldiers. And that's my way of saying thank you for your service. Even though your life was lost, we wish you were still here today.
Yes.
And if everyone has a safe and wonderful, happy Memorial Day.
Yes.
Well, that'll do it for today. Justin, where can we find you on Twitter and the End Time Wrestling Podcast?
See it on the screen right there at JustinTime211, capital J, capital I, capital T, only on Twitter. In Time Wrestling Podcast. Yes, it's been on a very long hiatus. I believe it's actually been it's been over 6 months, which is fucking nuts. And I'm itching to get the show going again, but it's like, again, a lot of crazy shit going on over here. And I got to wait till that's all solved first. But again, I tell you every time, I'll tell on wherever show I show up, show ain't gone. In Time Wrestling Podcast is going to be back. For now, we got, 53 episodes. I just went back and renumbered them all just to see how many again. 53 episodes. Go back, listen to the show. You'll see what you're in store for when the show comes back.
Hell yeah. When you come back better than ever, I can't wait to tune in. It's going to be exciting when y'all return. But then You can follow the podcast on Twitter at World Elite Pod. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and on Twitch. We're free and available wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe to us on any audio platform, Spotify, Google Pod, Spreaker, iHeartRadio. Give us a 5-star rating and review. Our proud sponsors, First W. Go to w.gg, use our promo code World Elite Pod to get 10% off. Our second sponsor, 80s Tees. You go to 80stees.com, type in World Elite to get 30% off of your order. We hope you guys, again, have a safe and wonderful, memorable Memorial Day weekend. Stay safe. Don't drink and drive. Barbecue all you want. Don't listen to those internet marks. Do it for the fallen. Do it for them. Mm-hmm. And enjoy your wrestling weekend. If you're watching Under Siege, hell yeah. But, everyone's going to be watching Night of Champions and Double or Nothing, at least, even Battleground. Hope you all guys enjoy it. I'm working on potentially a Fallout. I don't know how I'm going to do it just yet. I don't know if I'm going to just do a massive Fallout or I'm going to split it in two. I might do it with Dylan and Jordan. I might do it with just me and Justin. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. There will be eventually a Fallout coming, maybe Monday because I'll be off Monday, or maybe later in the week. We're going to have something coming. We'll figure something out. But until then, hope you guys enjoy everything. Thank you all, and we'll see you next week. Y'all have a good one.
There's nothing to fear along the way. There's nothing I could say. Nothing I could say.